Hi everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I have Keshav here.
Yes, sir.
So yesterday we spoke about Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Now we're in chapter 3.
Now we came into chapter 3, sir.
What is chapter 3 all about?
Life of a company, sir. How the company is getting birth like that, sir.
Giving
Sir,
birth.
giving birth, not like that,
Wow.
sir. The company,
This video is going
No.
to go off the charts. Keshav is going to talk about
sir, no,
how-
sir. The
companies are made.
how a company is made, how a company is run on its early age, middle age, old age. The classification he states in this chapter, sir. In this first paragraph, he gives an example of a company's birth using Apple's story, sir. How Apple made, sir. Like he states that when you are a college dropout, you can also start a business. That doesn't mean you want to be a college dropout to start a business.
Correct. First of all, there is this, what do you call, fantasy. This thing which is sold to us. Bill Gates, college dropout. Ben and Jerry's college dropout.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There are equal number of people who have gone through college, who did everything and also done companies. So first thing we need to get over is college dropouts. The reason why they say college dropout is that even with the biggest hurdles, if you want to succeed, you can succeed. That's the moral of the story. It's not a
yes, sir.
story that say, okay, who needs education? People like you and me will right away say, who needs education? If they could do it without college, why do we need
also do
college?
it.
College is a waste. That's not the moral of the story. The
Correct.
moral of the story is, it's like seeing someone who's disabled also winning an Olympic gold medal. So that doesn't mean immediately take a knife and cut your legs off. Correct? But for some weird reason, when it comes to education, we're ready to take a knife and cut that education off because we're saying like, if they could do it.
We can also do it.
Yes. So we don't see a disabled person saying, a blind man and I saw him walking on the road, sir. Let me go take my eyes out. Why do we need eyes? He can walk, I can also walk. That time your YOLO will be looking at me and saying, what? What are you crazy?
Yes,
So
sir.
the same way I feel when you guys want to give up on your college education.
Sir, and there is another thing, sir. Like we have see so much success people talking about how they get insulted in their early age, sir. Nowadays, at my generation, most other people like to get insulted, sir, because they will say this famous thing, sir. Now we will get all the insult I have to get now. After that, I will succeed one time. I will show who I am and I will say all the insults I have
Back
gone
at them.
through. Okay. This is now a famous
That's a
trend, sir.
very good logic as long as you're willing to do the work. That's one famous rule. Okay. Hard work never fails.
Correct,
The
sir.
only thing in life you can be sure that never fails is hard work.
Hard work.
If you're willing to do the hard work, you will never fail. The reason why you fail is because somewhere along the line, you decide this work is too hard.
Understood, sir. Yes, sir. That is the.
But I'm most happy. He's taken notes.
Yes, sir.
We're making progress, guys.
Sir,
I
but-
hope you guys are taking notes too.
Yes, sir. Sir, and he also says that if you are a college dropout, it doesn't mean you are going to be success in your life.
No.
You have to do your work at every time. You have to spend most of your time in what you are going to do.
And I'll tell you something. College dropout means your work will be even more hard.
Correct, sir.
It's like I put on all this weight. I made that work going to the gym and exercising even harder. So if I had started working out before I put on the weight, it would have been much easier for me in maintaining it. But if I wait till I put on all this extra weight on, like me and Anand are, and then I decide to work out, I have to work twice as hard as you do.
Correct, sir.
Same way education gives you that extra edge. It exposes you into reading habit, note-taking habit, being organized. There's lots of other things college gives you, more than just the subject which you're learning. It teaches you these fundamental habits of being organized,
Correct, sir.
showing up, being committed, being reliable. When you say you'll do something, following through. These small things which no one talks about teaches you in education and college. Because in school you are scared, so you do it. In college, there's nobody to be scared of. Because there's
Correct,
it's up to you.
So
So
we
usually
have
we go to
to-
Western colleges when you're doing postgrad. It's completely up to you. You only have to pay the fees. After that, showing up to class, doing the work, it's all up to you. So you have to take responsibility for it. That college teaches you. If you drop out of college, you have to learn all that
On your own.
on your own twice by paying more money, investing money and losing money, investing money, losing money. That's a big problem, and that's what future options problem is. Everyone thinks it's a shortcut.
Yes, sir.
It's
Today
not-
I read your article, sir. I'm now
I'm very
trying
proud
to
of you,
read
man.
your article, sir. Yes, sir.
I make them especially short just for you.
Yes, sir. Risk
Though I
of.
can write twice as long, I make sure I make it short enough.
Yes, sir. Nowadays,
So
your
if Keshav is
articles
reading
are.
it, at least two of his friends will be reading it.
It is understandable also, sir. Risk of doing future and options.
Yeah. So that's all what he's covering in this chapter when you're talking about birth.
Yes,
the
sir.
risk of doing business.
Yes, sir.
Business inherently means you're taking on a huge risk. Yes, when you're young, you have adrenaline pumping through you. You're feeling excited. You can't see the dangers. Like when Chandar rides on a motorcycle.
Correct.
He doesn't see the danger. So he is like zipping through in his bullet through traffic, weaving like a madman. So that's the problem. When you're young, you start business. You don't see the inherent risk, but business is full of risk. There is no guarantees in business.
Correct,
That's
sir.
why a long time before, in my grandfather's time, your great-grandfather's time, every family will try and have many children.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you'll see your great-grandparents' family, you'll have 5 brothers, 4 sisters.
Correct, sir.
What you don't know is the amount of children which died. That is not recorded usually.
Oh.
In Indian families, we don't talk about it. The amount of abortions that happened, the amount of miscarriages happened. Then the children were born and died of polio or died of some other disease. Each family which had 5 children would have at least had 4 or 5 passing away. Because it used to be so tough once a child is born to reaching adulthood. And adulthood was back then considered the age of 15 itself, you were considered an adult. Not like now. Back in great grandfather's days, when you're 15 years old means, whoa, you're an adult. If you take older generations before that, if you're 30 years old means old age. 40 and all, you live till 40, wow, you'll live a very long life. Because people didn't live that long. That's how companies are. For one Reliance Industries to come through and become a giant, 1 million small Reliance were given birth to and died.
Understood, sir.
So you understand the inherent risk of doing business. The reason why he's talking about this chapter is because you're looking at the lens of an investor. So you have to understand as an investor, what is the journey of a company? Why Anand says large caps are safe compared to small caps.
Sir, because it's already an established company. Sir.
Correct. It's gone through this growing up process. It's not a newborn baby. The chances of it failing are far less compared to a small cap.
Small cap. Yes, sir.
That's what this chapter is all about. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Though it's romanticized through Apple story, Ben Jerry story, and all that. The main important thing in this chapter, which is your key takeaway, is to understand how businesses in the beginning fail. Once it's a small proprietor company, like it starts in a garage, from that it moves into a small limited partnership company, private limited.
Correct,
From
sir.
a private limited, it starts thinking of going public. Right, goes IPO. Then from IPO, it's a small cap IPO, then a medium cap, it becomes a large cap. Each stage, it can die. It can get swallowed. Someone might come and buy it out. So as an investor, you need to know when you're putting the money in these places, yes, opportunities for growth is much greater in a newborn baby.
Correct, sir.
Right. Imagine betting on Dhoni when he was playing street cricket. You saw Dhoni playing and said, okay, I'm putting 1,000 rupees on that boy. I know he's definitely going to become great. There's no way of knowing.
Correct, sir.
But once he's in India's playing 11, him becoming captain, that risk is much smaller. Because you already see him performing. Anyone you can say when he was played in Pakistan, he said, yes, future captain.
Correct, sir.
Seeing his attitude, the cool cucumber and all that, with his hair and all that, he's a definite captain. T20 was starting at the time.
Correct, sir.
No one will think you're making a big risk. But when he's playing street cricket and you're saying...
we can't predict that, sir.
You can't.
Correct.
So that's what he's talking about. You need to understand how a company is born, what all it goes through to becoming public limited. Now there's this huge portion in this which is not covered in this, is